Hello, I'm back to the water. My name is Beast, and today we're back with IroSekai. I don't know how long we'll record today, considering I say that, but I've already been only recording for like an hour the past couple of fucking weeks. Well, today more so than than even yesterday, because I caught some chicken today, and the fucking food coma is setting in. So yeah. uh, anyways, uh, earlier I accidentally ended up walking in on Kana while she was changing, and was then swiftly crucified by the others. And because of that, they confined me to the manager's office for the rest of the night. Talk about a cruel punishment. For a bit of a recap of the aftermath of the incident itself, Miyu immediately suggested the aforementioned punishment. At first I thought she was joking, but she wasn't, and thus I found myself holed up in the manager's office until present time, lunchtime the next day. Susan, for her part, thought the idea was a real hoot, so she actively helped by securing the office door with a piece of rope or something. No matter how hard I pushed or pulled, it wasn't possible for me to open the door from inside. Eventually, realizing that yelling out and protest any further was meaningless, I slept away the rest of the night. Didn't you literally tell me a few days ago that you shouldn't get upset at people for accidents? And I guess actions speak louder than words.
ミオにはユーマがわざとやっているようにしか思えなかったんだろう。自分も被害に遭ってるし。
One of my victims? Come on. It's a bit saddened to be accused of something like that by Shinku. So I guess she doesn't even have an inkling of trust in me, huh? Man, that hurts. She probably hates my guts. Head towards the dining room, muttering a complaint under my breath. I've been denied both breakfast and lunch today. I'm positively famished. With any luck, I'll be able to find some leftovers that I can eat. With that in mind, I continue walking absent-mindedly down the hall. Kana's here. Her face is planted on the table and she appears to be asleep. What's she doing sleeping here? Keep my voice at a hush. I don't want to rouse her. My worry is that if she sees me, she'll immediately bolt off and start banging her head against the table, or start banging her head against the table repeatedly. Needless to say, I don't want either of those to happening. On the table in front of her lies a single plate of food. Hey, what do you make of this?
どういう風にって？
Well, it's already 2 p.m. way past lunch. Everyone else has to have eaten by now. So do you think I should go ahead and assume that the plate sitting there is for me?
ああ、なるほど。そういうことか。
My mind then takes a step further, and I wonder if maybe Kana fixed it for me. Although that dish looks a bit beyond Kana's culinary capabilities, certainly couldn't have been as simple to make.
きっと頑張ったんだよ、この子は。一晩以上何も食べずに、空腹なユーマのためにってね。ユーマが部屋から出てくるのを、ここでこうして待っていたんじゃないか？
Really? I think she was. Then again, I feel bad eating without being absolutely sure, so I decided to wake Kana up first. Hey Kana, wake up. Try rousing her, but she continues sleeping like a log. I was hesitant to touch her. After all, when I touched her shoulder yesterday, she was so astonished that she ran away. What should I do? Perhaps I should try thinking of a different way to wake her. But a moment after that thought crossed my mind, Kana's eyes open and begin to flicker. Morning? I stiffen. There's nowhere to run now. Smile after I'm putting up, no doubt, looks very forced to her. You awake now? She's only just woken up, after all. She's probably still drowsy. For a while, she simply stares at me blankly. Her face gradually starts to turn red as her eyes widen. She turns her back to me in a fluster. I guess she's still avoiding me. Though she hasn't run away just yet, so that's something, I suppose. It still deeply saddens me. She rubs her face with both hands. What is she doing? This really is starting to look like some sort of ritual. Look, I realized that I never actually apologized properly, so I'm sorry about yesterday. I'm sorry, I really hadn't expected you to be in there. I'll be more careful in the future. This was an insensitive mistake on my part. There are a lot of girls in the dorms, so I really should be more prudent. I need to learn to knock, for example. But anyway, Kana, is it okay if I eat this food? She nods, throwing her head vigorously up and down. Okay, I want to ask one more thing. Did you make this for me by chance? She nods again, with her back turned to me. Oh, okay. Thanks. This makes me really happy. And a little relieved. She throws a reluctant glance back at me. Well, I feel like you've been completely avoiding me since yesterday. I know that you were essentially just forcing yourself to pretend you were in love with me all along, thanks to the nature of our promise. As I speak, I begin to wonder whether or not my theory will prove to be false. If it kind of confirms it to be true, I'll have no choice but to accept that for what it is. If she denies it, however, then nothing I'm about to say will make sense. Last night, well, 2 nights ago now, by the way, on that night I said and did something that greatly hurt your feelings, which made you hate me, enough so that you no longer felt able to play along with that charade of trying to fall in love with me. Well, if someone you hate tells you they want to be there for you, you wouldn't want that, right? It'd just be an annoyance. So that's why you've been avoiding me, right? That's the conclusion I came to anyway. Really appreciate that you made lunch for me in spite of that. You don't what? She bites her tongue, falling into silence. She then clasps her hands over her mouth in agony. Gee, you're just hurting yourself left and right. Place my hand atop Kana's head and activate Shinku's magic to rid her of the pain. Then proceed to clutch both sides of her head. Look at me. Tight my grip. She resists with all her might. I'm not trying to be mean. I just want to clear a few things up. You're free to hate me if you wish, Kana. Well, I mean, I certainly want you to like me, but if you just set the record straight for me, then I can stop fretting over whether or not I did something wrong and just accept the blame. And if you can still find it in you somewhere deep down to accept an apology out of me, then I'm ready to offer one. We need to have a conversation to sort these things out, and I'm sure you know that, but Kana, you can't do this properly if you've got your back turned to me for the entirety of it. Oh, being so stubborn. Are you that averse to talking to me? Then why won't you look me in the eyes? Now, can you showcase that for me right now? She turns towards me, shaking free of my hands in the process. Hey, your eyes are closed. Then what am I thinking about right now? Isn't clairvoyance a psychic power that lets you read people's minds? No. No, that's telepathy. I'm not entirely sure if that's accurate, though that doesn't matter, I suppose. She begins to squirm. Yeah? Face lights up and turns bright red in a twinkle. She then begins to rub it feverishly with both hands. What is she doing? Is he so averse to the idea that it causes her to have some sort of bizarre allergic reaction around her cheek area? Kana? I want you to know something. You don't have to force yourself to pretend that you love me anymore. It's just a wee little kid when I asked you to teach me about love. I had no clue what I was saying. You can stop now. Don't worry, I'll still honor all the promises I made to you. Open your eyes first before anything else, please. I'm not socially adept enough to be able to keep composure while talking with someone who's got their eyes closed. Okay. She's really insistent upon keeping those eyes firmly shut, huh? Feel a smile creeping up on my face. The flame inside me ignites and my competitive spirit comes alive. I'll do whatever it takes to kind of open those eyes. Okay. That's how it's gonna be, then I'll have to resort to using force. Put my hands on her head again. This time, though, I cup my hands around both sides of her skull.
さん、何を。
Cutting off her confused outburst, I pressed my forehead against hers, in the same way that you check to see if someone has a fever.
これ、今、何してるんですか？
I don't know if you open your eyes. Keep your eyes closed, might just have to go a step further.
意地悪ですよ。
She opens her eyes very gingerly. Her gaze catches mine mere inches in front of her face. Letting out a strange yelp, she crashes backwards out of her seat. You alright? Run over to where she'd fallen, but she's nowhere to be seen. She's crawled under the table to hide herself, though she's still in plain sight. Seems almost like I think she almost seems to think I can't see her if she can't see me. She clenches her head and shaking. She's clenching her head and shaking wildly. Hey, Kana. She jumps in astonishment, smashing her head on the underside of the table in the process. Yeesh. Stoop down and peer at the cowering Kana on the table. I've told you this a million times now. You don't have to keep putting on this charade. Don't have to try and fall in love with me anymore. Forget that part of the promise. Just talk a little about the past and our future. But if you're not feeling up to it right now, we can put it off till another day. I'll be in my room. Thanks for the food. I'll be back in my room. Huh? She grips my arm tightly, her eyes glued to the floor in embarrassment. Sorry, could you repeat that? Like I said, you don't have to... She frantically shakes her head from side to side, still keeping her hold on my arm. But if not that, then why?
あなたのことを考えると顔が熱くなる。顔をまともに見れなくなる。目が合わせられなくなる。頭の中がめちゃくちゃになる。そんな顔見せられないから。こんな顔でどんなお話ししていいのかわからないから。だから私は思い通りにならないこんな顔なくなっちゃえばいいって。
She paused her face with both hands in annoyance. I have no clue what I meant to say in response to that. All I can do is listen to her voice, which sounds so distant.
お願い、どうか分かってユーマさん。私はずっとあなたのことが好きだと思っていました。迷子になってこの町に帰ってこれずに一人っきりでいた時も、あなたとの約束を思い出せば私は寂しくなかった。たくさんの意地悪な人たちが私を追いかけてきたけれど、それでもあの灯台に行けば私を助けてくれる人がいる。そう思うだけで生きる勇気を持てたんです。あなたは私の勇気でした。あなたの言葉が、あなたの笑顔が、あなたとの約束が。あなたのことを考えれば、それだけで辛いことが少しだけ軽くなっていくような気がした。私は一人じゃないんだって。そしていつしか約束のことなんかどうでもよくなって、いつの間にかあなたのことを好きにならなくちゃいけないなんていう自分の決め事も関係なくなってしまっていて、こんなにいつもいつでもあなたのことばかりを考えている私はきっとあなたのことが好きなんだろうって。でも違ったんです。あの頃の私はあなたのことが好きなわけじゃなかった。今考えてみれば、あの頃の私の気持ちはただの憧れだったように思います。私を守ってくれる、私のお母さんを助けてくれる不思議な力を持った魔法使いさん。こ 子供心に単純にすごいって。それが分かったんです。ユマさんが私を探しに来てくれた夜に。その日までの私はあなたのことが本当に好きだったわけじゃないんだって。でもあの2日前の夜、ユマさんが私のために泣いてくれた。私のそばにずっといてくれると約束してくれた。その夜はどうしてだか眠れなかった。これまではどんなに不安でも寂しくても悲しくてもあなたのことを思えば穏やかに眠ることができたのに。それなのにこれはおかしいって思った。自分の気持ちを一晩かけていろいろと考えてみた。ただの憧れがもしかしたら好きかもしれないの思い込みがたった一晩で大好きに変わってしまったんだって。
Admiration turned to a true genuine love for me. She nods.
私も自分の気持ちがすぐにはよくわからなかったけど、だけど今はわかります。私はユーマさんが大好きです。カナが死んだら俺が悲しい。ずっとそばにいるから。そういったもしかしたら単純かもしれない言葉の一つ一つが私にはとても嬉しかったんです。温かかった。心の冷たい部分が溶けていくように思えました。私はユーマさんが大好きだ。それが分かったら安心して、なんだかとても幸せな気持ちになって、だけど代わりにあなたの顔をまともに見ることができなくなった。おかしいですよね。たった一晩で憧れから大好きになるなんて。私の気持ちは軽いってそう思われるかもしれません。でもだけど私にとっては本当の気持ちなんです。嘘なんかついていない。軽いなんて思ってほしくない。
Please, Kana continues, her grip on my arm strengthening.
ユマさん、お願いします。私の大好きをどうか分かって。
I'm frozen solid, unable to budge an inch. It takes all my effort to open my mouth and speak. Kana? When you first started flirting with me, I was quite frankly pretty baffled. Couldn't for the life of me understand what this promise was you were going on about, or why you were trying to get closer to me. As I was so wary of you all the time. When I realized that it was all the result of the supposed promise that we'd made, I kind of understood, even though I still thought it was odd. It also made me feel a little disappointed, though. Right. This is not good. Kana's declaration of love has completely floored me. Struggling so much to find the right words to say. As a result, my sentences become jumbled and awkward. It's really hitting me. Like, just how lonely I felt over these past 2 days when you were avoiding me. But now I feel a lot better. Feel relieved.
安心ですか?
Yeah. Because you don't have my guts, and I didn't do or say anything to hurt your feelings. That's a big load off my back. The thing is, I'd be fine with just knowing those two things. I would, but so you said that you love me. She nods and smiles bashfully. Just feels so relieved and so ridiculously happy right now. I don't even know what else to say. Thank you for clearing my mind of all these worries and doubts, Kana. I'm very grateful. It's unbelievable how one simple confession could make my heart feel so reassured. I would never have imagined it. She holds onto my arm, her gaze still cast to the floor. Kana?
こちらこそありがとうございます。ユマさん、なんだか私、今日はたくさん勇気を出せそうです。
I feel brave enough to do anything today, Yuma-san. Anyways, back to the lighthouse. Today's the day. Oh no! Also, I hope that I haven't rewatched last part because I don't rewatch my recordings because I'm lazy, and they fucking and I've never made it a goddamn habit of doing it because, well, my early recordings were quite long, so yeah. But yeah, I hope and pray, because afterwards I went to a call and was making more concussive maintenance therapy jokes, but apparently fucked up and accidentally said percussive instead of concussive. So I just sat there the rest of the day for the entirety, just fucking worried that, oh no, please don't tell me I made a fucking ass of myself. And by just continuously saying percussive maintenance therapy instead of concussive. Because that'd be fucking embarrassing. I'll see the mocking comments like tomorrow. Anyways. Huh? Like what? I want to ask my words to be cut off. Keys. By a sudden kiss. See Kana's face right in front of me, her eyes squeezed shut. No CG? Her awkward kiss was over in the blink of an eye.
大丈夫ですか？私の顔変じゃないですか？見るに耐えないくらい真っ赤っかになっていたりはしていませんか？
It was fine, your face was fine. I hold my tongue before I can continue to say, actually it was pretty cute. It's much too soon for that. In addition, I just don't have the courage to tell her what I really think, namely that seeing her face turn red was just so adorable beyond words.
不思議ですね。ずっと昔から私はユーマさんとこうしたいと思っていたような気がします。
Oh, right, things. Beat the boss in Sunshu in Star Rail yesterday, and I hated it because it force deployed the goddamn Thunder Dude, and I don't care for him. Just let me use my regular fucking team. Also, why were two of the fucking things immune to break after a certain part in the fight? That's dog shit. Come on. She brings her lips to mine once more. Those lightly trembling lips of hers are so soft. It's kind of funny, you know? We're hiding on the table like a pair of little kids. She giggles a bit. Yeah, I wonder what would happen if someone saw us like that. What do you think they'd say? Huh? We jump in astonishment, smashing our heads on the underside of the table in the process. There was a noise, sounded like someone was entering the dining room. But what it turned out to be was...
テーブルに置いてあったお塩の小瓶が床に転がっただけみたいです。
That's all? I was very scared there for a moment.
はい、驚きました。
Honestly, two of us giggle on the table together. It almost feels like I've reverted back to being a kid again. The amicable silence follows before Kana clasps her hands together as if she just recalled something.
お昼ご飯食べますか?
Oh, right, sure. The two of us clumsily crawl out from under the table.
はい、してください。
What are you doing? I can eat by myself just fine.
いいじゃないですか。一度やってみたかったんですもん。もしかして照れてます?
A little.
そうですよね。実は私もちょっと照れくさいです。
She flashes a smile. It's not quite to the level of before, but her cheeks also do still flush a little bit. It was a perfectly natural smile. starting to regret that I didn't end the part earlier, the last part, because if I did, I would already have the CG, namely the bad CG. I could just, you know, go ham, but alas, can't now. Perhaps it's just my imagination, or maybe I'm overthinking things. I feel like this is the first time I've ever seen her smile so genuinely. So good. Right now, the food that she fed me tastes like the most delicious thing I've ever eaten in my life. Later that night, I, Mina Mikana, am currently standing on the lighthouse balcony. God damn it! Not again! I softly touch my lips. Can't help but break out into a smile when I recall what happened earlier today.
どうしよう。ユマさんとキスしてしまいました。
The memory of it has me grinning from ear to ear.
キス。本当にユマさんとチューしちゃったんだ。私。
Feels like a dream of mine that I've held on to for years upon years. Since long before I was born here, it was finally today come true. I feel so bashful, but so happy. Countless foreign emotions begin to spring up inside me one after another. I seem to have lost my sanity. I'm suddenly overcome with this overwhelming urge to yell out, "I love you, Yuma," from far over the ocean and up toward the moon. But I rein that desire in. Instead, I just giggle again. Being a little creepy right now, fully admit. Dreams really do come true. So long as I hold on to them tight and cherish them, so long as I never lose hope. That's what my beloved had said to me. It doesn't have to wait. No matter what your dream is, you can make it come true as soon as you so desire. Perhaps I'm letting myself exaggerate a bit, but I truly do believe that. Once again, I smile. That's why I swear to myself that I will never again think of jumping from this lighthouse.
ユマさん、私はもう投げやりになんかならないよ。
My remaining time here is running thin, so I want to make these fine memories the happiest, most joyful of my life, just like today. That goal is what keeps me going. It's what convinces me that my life is worth living. Gaze up at the night sky, the moon. This world's moon is so beautiful, like the moon in the world I came from. Its soft glow makes me feel as though it's watching over me tenderly, day after day, making sure that all of my dreams come true.
だからお願いね、お月様。そこからもう少しだけ私のことを見ていてね。
Foreshadowing. A lot of foreshadowing. She go die. I close my eyes, I can hear a ticking sound. It's like a clock counting down my remaining time. It ticks and ticks in the darkness, inching closer and closer to the end. Time is running out, but I have to make it count. What little time I have left. Well, you know what to do. Time to have a kid. This seems to be the single parents single parents route. Kana and I are making the short trip back to the dorms after finishing up some shopping for dinner.
ユマさん。
What's up?
今の私たちの関係って何なんでしょう。
The question half catches me off guard. Our relationship.
はい、そうです。私たちの関係です。
Wow. Can be cutely conscious of her hand, which I've been holding ever since we left the dorm. Is this going to turn into some philosophical conversation about the nature of human relationships?
何ですかそれ。微妙に話をはぐらかされているような気がします。
She purses her lips and scowls at me.
私、あれから一晩考えたんです。
Oh.
私はユマさんのことが大好きだって言っちゃいましたけど、でもよくよく考えてみたら、私まだその返事をもらっていませんから、だから 私たちの今の関係って何なんだろうってそう思ったんです。
Did I not tell you?
そうなんですよ。私はまだあなたから好きの一言も聞かされていません。それなのにあんなこと。
Did?
キスです。チューですよ。ユマさんとチューです。
Smooched. Word selection was just so adorable that I break into a subtle
ユ
smile.
マさんの気持ちを確かめてもいないのに、それなのにあんな一方的に。
Right.
私の好きに何のお返事ももらっていないのに、私ばっかり勇気を出すのはずるいって、そう思ったりもするっていうか。
Her voice gradually gets softer and softer.
どうしてそこで黙っちゃうんですか？
Her eyes begin to water as she stares at me with worry.
私のこと嫌いですか？
No, of course not. I could never.
それならお願いします。一言でいいんです。ユマさんの口から好きだって聞かせてください。
Come on, don't cry.
泣いてなんかいません。
Right. Kana doesn't cry. But I'm sorry. Could you be patient with me a little bit? I might need some time until I'm ready to say those words.
どういうことですか？
You're really, really brave, Kana. But I'm still too embarrassed. My face gets all hot. It's like how you were yesterday. Well, I'm the one who's having trouble looking at your face. Just something else. Despite just feeling the way you were able to pluck up the courage to confess at a moment's notice. I can still feel the sensation of yesterday's kiss lingering on my lips. I just can't do it. Be so dumb and immature. That's true. You're just holding hands like with you like we are now. Gets me so embarrassed to want to die. But when I let go, though, and I don't want her to let go either, makes no sense. My chest is filled with these contradictory feelings. That's why I'd appreciate a bit of patience. Give me some time to muster together the courage to say it. I don't know. Well, I can't. I can hardly fault you for being upset.
いいえ、わかりました。でもできるだけ早くにお願いします。じゃないと私いろいろと我慢できなくなってしまいますから。
Got it. I nod. Out of curiosity, though, what did you mean by that last comment?
夜にユーマさんを襲いに管理人室へ行きます。
What?
抵抗したら噛みます。
That sure doesn't sound like a fun time. Tighten my grip on her hand as I smile awkwardly. Sorry, Kana. That is all I'm capable of doing at the moment. This is going to be the worst fucking mixture where he is going to be overly fucking embarrassed about this stuff like a little goddamn school kid, while she's going to be all gung-ho about it because she knows that she doesn't have much time left. But he's just going to drag his heels like, oh no, I don't have the courage yet. But hey, we have a lot of time, while she's just over here like, we don't though! But returning to the manager's office, I found a letter from one of the parallel worlds stuffed inside the cabinet. They're alright in Merton Town. What happened this time? The right of departure. Hadn't been long since then. Gives me pause, but I look and soon find it to be Summer Festival. After opening up the letter, and I read what's written there. Tomorrow we are having a summer festival. Cute round letters. I wonder if this is Eden's handwriting. All the letters we've received prior from the merchant town had been handwritten by Haku on behalf of the townspeople. I guess she's doing that in her mother's stead. What a good girl. I'm sure a child like her would have no problem assuming all of her mother's duties. Aside from divination, of course. She lacks the natural talent for it. She is extremely strong-willed, without a shadow of a doubt. Huh? Suddenly hear a knock at the door. Walk over and open it.
ああ、どうも。
Find Kana standing there.
お風呂の脱衣所にユマさんの洗濯物が残っていたのでお届けに参りました。
Oh, right, thanks. take the articles of clothing from her. They're my boxer shorts.
大丈夫ですよ、ユマさん。もう匂いを嗅いだり、頭からかぶってみたりなんてしてませんから。だから、安心してくださいね。
She juts out her chest, proud of her achievement. You wore my boxes on your head at some point in time. Wow, I didn't know about that. Well, I feel like you mentioned the whole sniffing thing at some point, though.
あれ、そうでしたっけ。
Her eyes flit around. Well, whatever. Anyhow, hey, Kana.
なんでしょう。
Are you free tomorrow?
明日ですか？特に何もありませんよ。寮のお掃除、頑張るだけです。
You don't need to save up anymore, you know.
いざという時のための貯蓄は必要だと思いますので、それにこれまでのような事情はなくても、これはもう私の日々の日課になっていますから。
Ah, okay.
それで、明日は何かあるんですか？
Oh, right. I just got a letter from Redend. Apparently they're holding a summer festival in the merchant town tomorrow. I suddenly paused. Maybe I shouldn't have made mention of that to Kana. After all, it could remind her of her mom, and I know it's a delicate subject for her. Kana comes with me to merchant town. We're bound to bump into Redend, so there's no avoiding it. That was beyond careless of me. Even if she seems to be doing much better now, I still need to be considerate of her. Wish I'd kept my mouth shut. Sorry, forget I said anything.
どういうことですか？
Well, I was thinking of inviting you to some festival, but realized that probably wasn't a good idea.
大丈夫ですよ。私はもう、レンちゃんと自分を比べたりはしません。だから平気なんです。私のこと心配してくれていたんですよね、ユマさん。
She read my thoughts like a book. Scratched my head bashfully. Well, would you like to go to the summer festival then?
はい。
Kind of smiles and tells him she's looking forward to it. It's evening on the following day. Kana and I stand in the dorm basement. She's clad in the same kimono she was wearing during our first encounter. Sorry, I should have bought you a new yukata to wear.
そんな、ありがとうございます。その気持ちだけでとても嬉しいって思います。昨日の今日で急だったんです。仕方ありませんよ。それにこの和服がちゃんと着れるようになっていてよかったです。
True. The blood from a nosebleed is nowhere to be seen.
夏目さんに感謝しないといけませんよね。私の代わりにこの服をきれいに洗っておいてくれたみたいな。正直な話、私はこの服のこと昨日まで忘れてしまっていたんですけど。
Susie can do laundry. Not only that, laundry for someone besides yourself? What's the world coming to? That's just weirder than weird. Part of me even wants to question Kana's certainty on this.
確か夏目さんがおっしゃるには、
Kana puts on a finger on her chin
ユ
pensively.
マさん専用に買っておいたけど、それを試す機会がなかなか訪れないいろいろな衣装をクリーニングするついでに、この服もきれいにしてくれていたみたいです。
I think we have some things of Suzu's to burn in the garden. Special outfits for me, why?
以前にも夏目さんが言っていた例のユマさんの変装用コスプレ衣装だと思います。私のメイド服も本来はそのためのものだって聞いていましたし。
Kind of think of it, I do remember this conversation with Suzu. What's she trying to make me do? I swear it's a complete mystery, and I hope for my sake that it never gets solved.
単純にユーマにいたずらをするのが楽しいんだろう。
She may enjoy it, but I certainly don't, I reply internally.
夏目さんにはお礼に何かお土産を買って帰ろうって思います。 屋台で売ってるものとかで美味しそうなものがあったらいいんですけど。
Sure, let's pick up some stuff for everyone.
でもお土産を買って帰ったらどうして2人だけで行くのかって怒られてしまいそうで、皆さんに黙って遊びに行くのは少し気が引けちゃいます。
Well, it's not too late to invite him. I'll just go and... She grabs onto the cuff of my sleeve. Kana?
やだ、
Huh?
今日は2人だけで遊びに行きたいです。
Huh?
それでなくても最近は私ばかりユマさんを独占してしまっているかもしれませんが、でもお願いです。今日だけは2人で。ごめんなさい、嫌な子かもしれませんが、わがままかもしれませんが、
Pretty
そう
please,
して
she
もらい
asks.
たいです。
Sure. I'd have to reassure her. Ready to get going?
はい、行きましょう。
I set the second hand of the clock, and we open up the door and step foot into the merchant town. Apparently the main event of this festival is going to be a fireworks show later. I forget how many it is exactly, but they're supposed to be setting hundreds off.
そうなんですか。華やかでいいですね。楽しみです。
She beams with joy. Fireworks at a summer festival. I was worried that it might be too reminiscent of that day with her mother during her childhood, but that smile dispels all of my worries. Still a bit later, so what did we say? We killed time until then by looking around all the different stalls they have.
そうですね。
Anyone want to start?
どうしましょうか。
She looks around in all directions. The main street is alive with bright, vivid colors, and plenty of people seem to be having a great time.
まずは美味しいものをお腹いっぱい食べたいです。
Alright, let's eat and eat till we can't eat no more. Take Kana's hand and we begin walking down the lane and peruse all the various stalls. Shaved ice, takoyaki, fried squid, cotton candy, yakisoba. After having our fill of all summer festival staples, we decide to make one final lap along the main street to recheck all the stalls.
お兄ちゃんにお姉ちゃん。
Suddenly, however, we hear a familiar voice. Looking over, we spot a wren manning a goldfish scooping stall. Hey there, Ren. Hard at work? Oh. Oh no. I hate that my first thought was just walk up to her like, working hard or hardly working, and I want to die.
お隣の家のおじさんが金魚すくいの屋台を出すんだって言ってたんだけど、でも急に腰が痛くなっちゃったから店番だけでいいから代わってほしいって言われたの。
Ah, okay.
一人で大変じゃないですか？大丈夫だよ。
She shakes her tiny head back and
町の
forth.
みんなが手伝ってくれるから平気だよ。
That's nice of him.
お兄ちゃんとお姉ちゃん、金魚すくいやってく？
Wanna give it a go, Kana?
はい、面白そうです。やってみたいです。
Alright then, we'll take one round each then. She nods gleefully before handing us each a paper scoop to catch the goldfish with. Seems pretty much the same as the goldfish scooping we have in our world. I remarked to myself musingly as I study scoop. Just like in our world, it's a plastic ring with paper stretched over it. I was expecting it to be a tad bit different in some sense. The numerous goldfish splish and splash as they swim around inside the tank.
ユマさん、
Oh, there we go!
この金魚ちょっと変です。
We do get a CG. Nice. I get it the part after this. Yay! Tired. So I need to do my dailies in Star Rail. Fuck, right, I forgot about that. Because the goddamn... I literally woke up Just suffered in bed for a while, and then it was like, okay, grocery shopping, and then it was like, okay, I'll start upload and shit like that shit. And then it was time to for the grocery shopping again already. And then I was gonna like, okay, I'm gonna like do quick dailies, and then fucking make my katsu. But I got distracted just watching new anime that are airing. What did I watch again? I watched Nokotan. I watched Magic Apparatus, Craft Woman, whatever. What's the fucking actual name? Hold on. Hold on, let me narrow it down to anime. There you go. Dahlia and Bloom crafting a fresh start with magic tools. Or Dahlia Wilts No More, which I'm already up to date with the manga for that one specifically. Then I watched VTuber Legend, how I went viral after forgetting to turn off my stream, and it's just like... It's a very specific character archetype that I adore, namely girl failure. Gotta appreciate that stuff. Then I watched the 2 episodes that were for some reason already uploaded of fucking Isekai Yururi Kiko, which is literally just like Isekai, but you're an adoptive father of fucking 2 kids. It's very highly adorable. The kids are precious. I would in fact commit genocide in their name. And finally, like I said, Nokotan. Yeah, I got distracted with those, and then it's just like, well, fuck, make my katsu, and then after the katsu, I'll do the dailies, and I start recording. And then it didn't want to fucking load for like half an hour, and it was a case of, okay, guess I'll fucking record first, and then do a dailies. Whoops. Huh? What's that about him? Say what? Goldford. Speaking. Prick up my ears and listen. Keep my eyes focused on a small orange fish swimming around. What the heck? The fish were indeed yelling something, as though as their teensy mouths seemed capable of. They begged for their lives. They plead to Kana-Ren and me in human tongue. Please let us out of here. They say, rescue us and take us home with you. What I initially thought to be the sound of them splashing was actually a tiny, barely audible cries for help.
これが本当の金魚すくいだよね、お兄ちゃん。ほら、どの子もみんな目が血走ってるよ。助けてあげなくちゃ。
I think I'm gonna vomit. Any enthusiasm I once had is now gone.
ねえ、お姉ちゃん。はい、なんでしょうか、レンちゃん。私も金魚すくいやろうと思うの。あ、いいですね。そういうの燃えちゃいますね。それじゃあお兄ちゃんをかけて頑張ろう。
They tilt their heads and share confused glances.
どういうことですか？私、お兄ちゃんのあやめさんになるって決めてるんだよ。あれって冗談じゃなかったんですか？違うよ。冗談なんかじゃないよ。お兄ちゃんと結婚するの私。そうしたらきっとお母さんも喜んでくれるって思うし。お母さんは？そうだよ。だからお兄ちゃんは渡さないんだよ。お姉ちゃん。
She laughs, but then appears to be much cheerier now, or at the very least she's accepted that she'll have to stand on her own 2 feet. Now, of course, she's not cheery after everything that happened. She simply decided to smile and be strong. Anyhow, back to the situation at hand. I'm the prize?
お兄ちゃんも参加したらいいと思うよ。
Against you two?
お兄ちゃんが勝ったらどっちと結婚するのかお兄ちゃんが選んで。
Interesting.
何がなるほどなんですか？
Huh? I never said.
やっぱりユマさんは小さな子大好きな人なんですか？
They're full of hopes and dreams.
意味がわかりませんけど。私
This isn't the sort of game which needs a fixed time limit.
ユーマさん、見てください、やりました。小さいですが、私も一匹救いました。
Oh, that's cool.
はい、この子には名前をつけて可愛がろうと思います。
Two of them continues to scoop goldfish. You two are seriously good at this. Surprised at how well Kana has managed to scoop up those fish. Alright, let me get it done all this fun. Can't just stand here doing nothing because I'm the prize. Dip my scoop into the water. However, it tears within a split second. I'm able to catch even a single fish. Why?
バキッチョだな。私も破れてしまいました。全部で5匹かな。
Well, that's seriously lost to you. Never felt more ashamed of myself.
どうしてそんな微妙な顔するんですか、ユマさん。
You're supposed to be the one who's a klutz, yet I lost to you. You understand how that feels?
ひどいのはどっちですか。私も破れちゃった。何匹かな。
She begins to count the fish she scooped. The bowl in her hand is teeming with goldfish. Even though the winner is clear, Ren continues to count her fish carefully one by one until...
花火。
Flashed firework that exploded brightly in the night sky.
勝負はまた今度でいいよ、お姉ちゃん。え、本当？うん。花火が始まったら夜店は全部閉めちゃうのが決まりなの。だからすぐ片付けないと。
Whoops, want some help?
一人でできるよ。
With that, Ren begins to promptly close up the stall.
あのね、この大通りの先が花火、よく見えるよ。
Oh, really?
急いだ方がいいよ。たくさん集まるから。お姉ちゃん、勝負はまた今度だね。はい、今度こそ負けませんから。
Fireworks continue to light up the night sky one after another. Well, we leave the goldfish scooping stand behind us.
ユマさん、レンちゃんが教えてくれた場所に行きましょう。花火、とっても綺麗です。
Yeah, let's hurry. Kana and I find a quiet, secluded spot away from the main street, then gaze up at the sky. They can gaze next time, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and good night.